Hi there, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lonnie Haschel. I am the Check to Protect Program Manager under the Mobility Safety Area of the National Safety Council. I'm here to talk to you about passenger safety and how Check to Protect functions with the world of the child passenger safety seat technician. So, a little agenda for you. We're going to talk about what is Check to Protect. You may have never heard of it before. Talk about who the stakeholders are, talk about how it works, talk about the scope of the issue, and why it's important. That's the first thing I thought. Why is this important to a child passenger safety technician? And I think once we get through this, you'll understand why checking for vehicle recalls really is significant to the work that you do as a car seat technician and providing education for those caregivers that you work with. So, what is Check to Protect? It's simply a website. Check to Protect is a coalition of auto manufacturers. It's a national campaign, and it's a collaborative approach to addressing open recalls. We really want to encourage people to check for recalls, and we're trying to get people to think about an open recall like they would whenever you get an oil change. You want to check the tires, you want to check the oil, and then, oh, while I'm here, I might as well check to see if my vehicle has a recall, because you never know when that happens. And then lastly, and most important, we want that recall to be repaired. The stakeholders in this are auto manufacturers. The coalition itself is involving General Motors, Ford, Volvo, Stellantis, formerly known as Chrysler, and Toyota, and you. The coalition is led by the National Safety Council and was actually launched in 2017 after an unprecedented number of vehicles had safety recalls in the United States. It was 53 million. So that was when the coalition began and when the work started to try to increase awareness and increase repairs. So how does it work? Check to Protect is simply a website, checktoprotect.org. You go to the website. It's our top resource for providing free recall information to the public. The bonus about this one is that it has a license plate. So all you do is enter your state, your license plate number, hit the send button, off it goes. And within seconds, it'll come back and let you know if there's a safety recall open on your vehicle. Now, if you happen to be working at a car dealer or a person that has a fleet of vehicles, used cars and that kind of thing, or even maybe state or city or county. If they had a lot of vehicles they wanted to check, there's actually a bulk VIN tool for partners who have to check multiple vehicles. And again, those returns will come back very quickly. It's all run through a program partner of Check to Protect, which is Carfax, and those VINs are analyzed with input and data received from the auto manufacturers themselves. When you click on it in the mobile view, so your car seat check, your curbside, and you have the parent pull it up on their phone or caregiver, this is what it looks like. And it gives them a little 53.2 million vehicles of open recalls. And they can do the same thing. They can enter their VIN or their license plate. We really find the license plate to be a popular option because there's the vehicle identification number, the VIN is 17 digits long. License plate, not nearly as much. It's very helpful for car seat check events and individual appointments, because while you're filling out your information on the clipboard, you can direct the parents to checktoprotect.org and they can check their vehicle to see if it's been recalled or has an open recall on it. It's also a text option, been very popular. And you saw that link on the mobile, which you can text the word recall to 99724, and it will provide an automatic follow-up with you. You can also take a picture of your license plate. As opposed to having to enter anything, you just take a picture of the plate, off it goes, comes back and lets you know if there has been a safety recall. So why is this an issue? What's the scope? As you saw on the slide before, 53.2 million vehicles in 2021 had an open safety recall. It's pretty significant. Just as a breakdown on the types of vehicles, 25% of light trucks, 21% of minivans, 20% of all cars. In California, just as an example state, has 6.3 million vehicles with an open safety recall on them. So it's pretty significant. Here's the map. It shows all the states and the percentage of vehicles that have open safety recalls, and it's 1 in 4. Nearly 1 out of every 4 vehicles you see on the roadway has an open safety recall. So the focus, again, checktoprotect.org, is to get those recalls repaired. Problem is worse among owners of older used vehicles. And if you think about it, the first couple of times that vehicle's sold, it's probably done through a dealer. And then, like with my personal pickup, I bought it from a private individual. So the manufacturer probably doesn't have an idea who has that vehicle anymore. According to the Alliance for Automotive Innovation and the global automakers, the recall compliance completion rates for newer vehicles is 83%, because they can reach out and get in touch with those vehicles because they know who has them. However, that rate drops to just 44% for vehicles that are 5 to 10 years of age. They change hands more frequently. It makes it really hard for the auto manufacturers to try to track down who those owners are, to let them know, hey, this is a new vehicle. So today's average vehicle age, and you've probably noticed if you've driven by a car lot, but it's 11.4 years of age. A lot of used vehicles out there changing hands. And research has shown that many consumers, if they do receive a recall, they read it, they look at it and decide, you know what, I don't think this is important, and they don't get it repaired. And that's where we want to provide the education. Hey, this is something, it's free. You take it back to the dealer, get in touch with them first, make sure they have the parts, take it back to the dealer, and it'll be repaired for free. You don't have to worry about any safety issues with the family. So that's why we have such a huge problem. I've got some barriers to overcome. So why is this important to me as a technician? Well, some recalls actually impact child safety seat installation. And this is why it's very important for technicians. One manufacturer recalled certain 2020 and 2021 vehicles with rear seats containing fixed head restraints, because the head restraint would interfere with the proper installation of child safety seats. Certain 2020, 21, 22 vehicle year models have a seatbelt assembly recall, 135,000 vehicles, 16 different brands. And this is with the ALR, automatic locking retractor. A manufacturing defect could cause the ALR to deactivate early. And then there was another recall involving the lower anchor bars that could become damaged over time and actually loose. So this is really significant for those of us child passenger safety technicians to educate the parents and to check. Because if you're working with your parent caregiver and you don't check to see if the vehicle's recalled, they may not even know. You may notice it whenever you use those lower anchor bars that they're loose, but your average parent, does not have the training that a technician does to know that something's not working like it's supposed to. Another example, another manufacturer, 2004 to 2011 pickups, they have the seatbelt pre-tensioners. So it's not only about child passenger safety, but we're there as technicians to help out the caregivers and the families. So this would be for the front seat occupants, maybe. They may not be aware. In this particular one, the vehicles have screws that attach to the seatbelt pre-tensioner, and those can work loose over time after repeated use. So there's been a recall on that. Another manufacturer had to recall certain 2018 to 2021 models because of an issue with the torque on the seatbelt and how the seatbelt anchor was attached. So it's not only about child passenger safety seats, but it's about the occupants that we're working with and those caregivers as well. And last one, you've probably all heard about this, but some airbags, 67 million of them have been recalled. So that's a significant issue. Again, it may not be directly related to the child safety seat install. Some of these are occupant issues, but it would be really important as a technician to let the families know, hey, this is what's going on with your vehicle, so they can get it taken care of. If you are using the NDCF, the National Need for Car Seat Check Form, Check to Protect was added to the form in October. Just as a reminder, the form, when it comes up, the mobile version, you're running through your checklist, and after you get down to the vehicle information, you'll check the boxes, and you'll notice it says check for open recalls, checktoprotect.org. So what we're asking is the car seat technicians to just work with the families while they're standing there. Again, you're filling out the form, filling out paperwork, have the parents go to checktoprotect.org, put in the information, off they go, and then you can go on about your day with your car seat check. And if they happen to find a recall, then they know, okay, wow, I've got to get my vehicle looked at and get whatever it is repaired. If you're using the paper version, there is a little note on version 6.0. It says caregivers are encouraged to visit checktoprotect.org, check for vehicle recall. So just a reminder there. but it would be very helpful if the car seat technicians could just run through that as running through the checklist and form out your clipboards to remind the parents, you know, hey, there may be something going on with your car. Let's take a look real quick. At the bottom of the form, we have the back page where there is a reminder, technician discussed. And this is where you're putting all the things in that you talked about, your projectiles, your new seat belts, state law, and you'll notice vehicle recall. So again, just a reminder for the parents. Technicians can use the NDCF to monitor trends and all kinds of things. And it's a very handy tool if you're not using it. You might take a look at it and give it a try and see what works for you. So some suggestions for this when you're checking for recall. Number one, inform the caregiver what a safety recall is. They may not even be aware. We have some research that shows that vehicle owners really weren't sure what a recall was and how important it was to get it fixed. So let them know that it's a safety recall, that the auto manufacturer themselves will take care of the repair for free. All you have to do is call, make sure they have the parts in, and schedule the appointment. But it is very important to highlight getting that safety recall fixed, and have them use their own cell device. Don't use the technicians. So have the parent, hey, while I'm standing here filling out my paperwork, why don't you go to checktoprotect.org, just enter your license plate number, and let's see if there's a vehicle recall as maybe while you're checking on the car seat recall. And if they need help, you just step them through it, and it's very simple. Checktoprotect.org, and scroll down, you'll see enter the license plate, the state, press send, and off it goes. So very, very simple. So that's what Check to Protect is all about. It's how the website works, how the mobile part works, and the significance of the problem for those of the vehicles across the country. We said 53.2 million. That's a significant number. Talked about why it's important to a car seat technician, because the vehicle you're working in may actually have an open safety recall. You may notice it as a technician that something's not quite right with the seatbelt, or something's not quite right with the lower anchors, with the ones that we covered, just in the examples. But your average caregiver doesn't know, which, after all, is why they came to you, to take advantage of your expertise and the knowledge that you have to help them keep their kids safe. We really appreciate all that you do. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication. You are saving lives. That's very important to remember. I encourage you to tell the parents when you're at your car seat events to visit checktoprotect.org and check for vehicle safety recalls. Thank you.